6, it says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of the world?" It's like, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith?"
Yahushua was a rich man. He gave up everything and became a poor man. Yahushua is rich, but he gave his riches to be a poor man. And we're poor. All right, we're poor. But yet we rich in faith.
Place the habitation of devils, man, for real, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's why, man, you gotta pray and keep your composure out here, man. But this place is satanic as fuck, yo. For real, man. Anyway, this is James chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of this world?"
That's the elect. We're the poor. We don't have anything. The only thing we have is knowledge and faith in the knowledge. That's all we have.
It says, "Rich in faith."
And we're rich in faith because the Most High blessed us with the faith that we have. The ability to believe in something that you don't see. Sometimes you may be so low at the bottom, it almost seems impossible. But the Most High, He blessed us with the belief that it is possible.
Stay to the right.
And we know the Lord's going to bring this place
Stay
down.
to the right.
You know, now it's more
Stay to the right.
that this
Coming
place is
through with
going
heavy
down.
equipment. Please stay to the right.
So it says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, the heirs of the kingdom, which He hath promised to them that love Him?" And that's talking about the Israelites, man. That's talking about the Israelites and nothing more. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the poor of the world, man. Why? Because we've been robbed and spoiled. All right? The Israelites. Those are the people that are rich in faith, too. Overall, which are bestowed that the Spirit of the Lord, the elect. It says heirs of the kingdom. Why? Because Yarsha Allah, which is He is the Prince of the power, says that the name of Israel. We are the heirs of the power, the Prince of the power. You know, the nation of Israel is the Prince of the power. We're the heirs of the kingdom to come.
Yahushua, the inheritance was given to Yahushua, but the elect is joint heirs. So whatever Yahushua have received for the Most High, we also going to receive. Not in the same abundance as Yahushua, we're going to have it.
That's right. That's why the whole nation is called Yarsha Allah. He is the Prince of the power. You know, joint heirs with Yahushua. All right? Because the whole nation is known as, we're all known as gods. Okay? Many of Israel are known as gods on earth.
This is on Romans 8 and 17. It says, if children, then heirs. Romans 8 and 17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach Yahushua. Yeah, the Israelites are joint heirs with Yahushua. All right? Beginning with the elect. Because we the children of the promise. They said the 3rd chapter. Right? All the promises, like read the Romans, the 8th chapter. All the covenants, the adoption of the law, everything, the promises, that's for the Israelites. So we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua, and it's going to be His kingdom, but we're going to be joint heirs. We're going to be a part of it.
Yeah, and the spiritual power is the puberty stage. Okay? Since we're children of the Most High, spiritual power is a puberty stage, man. Where we elevate to another level. Okay? Because the level of being under and being under slavery, that's done for, man. It tells you that what in the scriptures we have taken the dregs of slavery, of the cup.
Jeremiah 49:12.
You know, someone want to get that. But you know, this is it, man. Okay, so read that.
It says, if so, that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together.
Yeah, we suffer with him. Haven't we suffered before we reach this spiritual power of puberty stage? All right? We've been suffering since we've been on earth, man. We only had a few years of peace through Judges, through Solomon, and even in the beginning, before Eve messed up her head, man. Okay? So we only had a very little time of peace. Other than that, Israel, the nation of Israel, has been under hell and suffering. And furthermore, even more after the Lord's comeback. On another level, so much so that after the Lord came, the nation of Israel, they don't know who they are no more, man. Okay? All other nations on earth, they can go back. They can go back into the history. But the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they can't go too far back into the history. What, a few hundred years? 500, 600, 700 years at all? I mean, but if you really want to get the info, you got to go real deep, which the real knowledge, which is ultimately the Bible, and you got other filters like Nature Knows No Color Line, shows you that the so-called blacks ruled Europe, and the Russian icons,
Right.
Babylon and Timbuktu, tells you otherwise, man, about the so-called blacks' history, but ultimately about the scriptures. But in these times, there's a reason why the so-called blacks are lost, man. They don't know where they are, but that was part of the curses in these last days. They will have no identity, man. That's why the Lord said, I come for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So you gotta ask yourself, how the hell are the people of today who call themselves Jews, are they Jews? They're supposed to be lost, right? And when they're founded, the Lord's gonna be here, reigning. Okay?
Yeah, most people always talking about, guys that suffering in the faith. But you got a lot of like niggas, they'll try to quote that scripture, but that same nigga, he, selling drugs, scamming, hacking the people's accounts. And now you gotta, you gotta do some time, some federal time, because he was a hacker. And then you go into jail, he's suffering. I don't go for a nigga like that. It's talking about a person, brother, sincere brother in the faith, and he's suffering.
And really, suffering like the Lord did.
Yeah, suffering, like the Lord did. And really, the suffering really didn't start yet. Because, the time is coming where you're really going to suffer. And each man's faith is going to be tested. And Lord willing, we the men of the Lord. But the suffering part is going to happen.
I understand what you're saying, but the suffering is happening, but it just levels it. Because the scripture is saying in Romans, the righteous will scarcely be saved. And when you go to that chapter, it talks about the judgment that the whole nation is receiving. As far as now the elect, we're still receiving that judgment right now. But the 2/3, they're going to receive the ultimate judgment, which is that the suffering, which is the missiles. But during that, we're receiving the suffering now, and it's going to escalate, like the brother said, to race riots, martial law, famine. But we're suffering in this world right now, man, through everyday struggles in our life. Through suffering, being in the so-called white man's economy or system.
What we're going through now is not comparable to what's getting ready to come.
Okay, read that again.
This is Romans 8 and 17.
I suffering to live amongst the so-called white man, suffering to live in America, suffering to live amongst homosexuals, suffering to live amongst you demons, man. All right? So the men of the Lord are suffering today, and it will escalate also, man. We got to suffer to be out here, man. We got to suffer our daily lives.
Romans 8 and 17.
That's part of that cross, man. That's part of that cross like the scriptures talk about. From day one, when you get into the truth, you suffer, man. Even if you don't know it, the whole nation is suffering through the curses. But furthermore, when you get into this truth, you cross that path, the suffering escalates. And it just keeps getting higher and higher. Ultimately, like the brother's going into on another level when the martial law happens, man. Or other plagues that the Most High puts on America. But actually in those days, you're going to be suffering, but not as much because the Lord said He's going to be with us in those days. The 2/3, you're going to be suffering when all shit hits the fan, man. And those days, the Lord's going to be with us. We're going to be fed, we're going to be protected, and then we're going to have the spiritual power.
Can you say something real quick?
Verse 17, and if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach.
Read that again.
Romans 8 and 17, and if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahushua, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
Yeah, suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. All right? Because, read that again, because the whole nation of Israel, the elect is suffering, man. Read that again.
Romans 8 and 17, and if children, then heirs of the Most High.
And children and heirs, all right? The whole nation is children, the children of the Most High, and heirs, because we're the next one to rule under the Most High's power, which is prophesied. Keep going.
And joint heirs with Yahushua.
Because why? The Lord is the overall king, the king of all kings. And we're joint heirs unto him. Keep going.
And so be that we suffer with him.
And we suffer with him. All right? There's no other way that you are to be a man of the Lord. You're not coming out here prophesying and making videos and your life is squeaky clean, man. You're going through hell in your life. You suffer. Spiritual demons, battling physical elements. You know, just battling in life, period, man. And that's what separates us from the phonies. Like people in the churches, with your nice heating system and you know, a nice covered church system, not in the highways and byways. You in there with a three-piece suit that costs $1,000.